good evening, everyone, and welcome to Soul Work. I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in each and every week. And as we always do, we will be taking calls tonight after our commercial break. And that number for you to give us a call is 403-539-6710. So make sure you give myself and my guest a call after our commercial break. And on tonight's show, I would like to welcome Roger Duncan from One World Drum. Thank you, Roger, for coming on.
Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, you had to come on.
I did.
I went to Roger to buy a drum, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. You were on a journey.
I was, still
and when
am.
you got there, it was Thursday, not Friday, and it all worked out.
I know, and I had to phone you, and I was like a block and a half away.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah. Okay. All roads lead to One World eventually.
Yes, it was great. It was great. I could have bought several drums in there, but I have my drum.
And you'll be back.
Oh, I'll definitely be back.
Drums get lonely. They need another drum.
They do. They do. They
like
needed a
people,
mate. I
really.
felt that on my way home, actually, that day. I thought, because I like that other one, too.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know.
You don't.
Never know.
They're like people.
Might call me back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to ask Roger a question here so you'll all get a little bit more familiar with him. Now, for 23 years since you founded One Drum World, you have been taking drums into schools and hospitals and corporations. How did you get started?
Yeah, it's a great story because it wasn't a plan.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up thinking one day I'll be a little drummer boy.
Yeah.
No, I've always loved music, and I played harmonica and a little guitar, and a friend of mine, and we used to go down and play for our dinner at a pub when I'd be 21, 22 years old. But afterwards, we'd go back to my apartment, and we would play bongo drums, and we'd bongo to the wee hours of the morning, and there was something profound happening. You know, for me, the music was great, playing my harmonica and guitar, that was great, but when we just played these drums, it was like transformational, you know. I went into a really different headspace, and so that really intrigued me, and sort of opened up the door to begin to explore into the whole sort of shamanistic traditions, and how the drum has found its way into almost every cultural interpretation of the creation myth. And yeah, so I recognized there was power there, but I wasn't totally sure. Mm-hmm. And then I got invitations, right?
Oh, okay.
Because nobody did it here
Yeah.
in Calgary in 1982 or 3 or whatever. It was my first time. But then I started getting calls to come into schools, and I did. And so we'd teach the drums, and it was so powerful, and the kids responded so well, and the community was strengthened, and so that just started to build, and pretty soon I was able to have the benefit of developing a program that we now run with 3 facilitators in the school system. And then that brought me into other areas such as hospitals and cancer patients and corporations. I do team building, so we do this wonderful experience of investigating leadership. I just spent 8 weeks at the Haskeen School of Business.
Oh, nice.
So this is wonderful. Here are the here are the big heads really thinking and being academic, but what are they exploring? They're exploring these other modalities for teaching and for connecting and learning. I think that bodes really well for our future, you know. These are the people that are going to be defining how our world looks, at least at an academic level, and to see them becoming more holistic and open to new ways of learning, I think is really important.
It is. I think even like maybe some type of challenged child or ADHD or special needs child, for them to be drumming, that very well could even help them calm down.
Yeah, totally. You're hitting on a really great point, because while I know this for 23 years, and the drum has been around for a couple of thousand years, now medical science is coming along through the work of Dr. Bruce Perry and Dr. Bittman, and where they're looking at what's going on and having whole faculty studying what goes on for us when we process music. Music in general, rhythm and drumming specifically. And the physiology of it is showing a reduction of cortisols, so physically our stress levels are coming down, our heart rate is dropping, our blood pressure is dropping when we're drumming together. People have this experience of being more connected to their community. Well, it's partially because of the neurochemistry, the chemicals that are getting released are those same ones that produce trust in us, that produce these kinds of collaborative mindsets, you know. So these serotonins and dopamines, they affect how we are relating to each other. If I'm full of adrenaloids and I'm fearful and I'm full of anxiety, yeah, you can bet that we're going to be more challenged to be cohesive in our relationship. They're actually showing it. This is what's happening.
It is.
You know, so it's fascinating to have the medicine catching up and saying, okay, this isn't off the wall. This is really happening. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a good way to meditate. I know, like, I meditate every day, and I do chanting as well.
Nice.
And I know there's a lot of fear going on right now with Alberta, with the economy and everything like that. And I always tell everybody to spend some time alone or do something that's more meditating. And the drums, you know, I'll sit back and I'll drum, and it'll calm me down.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's on the first and third Saturday of every month at our studios, we do an open drum circle. And it's a wonderful place to come and explore your own rhythmic nature, which we all have. You know, some of us may have been told we don't, but we definitely all have an innate ability to be rhythmic. Our heart.
Yes.
Our breath.
Yeah.
So all of these things. So it's a great place to come and access that, but come for the therapy, come for the healing, come for the you know.
Because when are your classes that you do?
Yeah, so we teach classes in the evenings. Our next one starts in the first week of July, and it's a 4-week introductory class to the drum. You learn a little bit of technique, you learn a little bit of history. You really just learn some tools so that you can carry on, but it gives you some confidence and some understanding. It's mostly focused on West African style of playing, so that's the djembe drum and the big bass drums, the doon-doons.
You gotta give our viewers a little show.
This one,
it's very good. Yes.
Yeah, this is a very special drum. This one comes from North Africa.
Okay.
It would be played by Bedouin people that are nomadic, and so it's portable. But if you imagine you're around the fire, the night has fallen, and the stars are out, and this is the kind of thing you'd be hearing.
So if someone now wanted to come to your store, Roger, where are you guys?
We're just east of Chinook Mall.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right downtown. We're just a couple of blocks off the LRT.
Okay.
131 61st Avenue. But if you go to the great web, the interweb, oneworlddrum.com will get you there.
Well, there it is.
Come and visit us. I call it the Touch Tap Whack and Bang store.
It is. It's a great store. Now we're going to cut into commercial here. And Roger, you guys got to phone Roger and ask him some questions here. You really do, because he's so much fun. And that phone line, Calgary, is now open, 403-539-6710. We'll be right back after the short message. Hang in there. Good evening, everyone. This is Shaw TV, and we're live here. And I'm Jenny Cousins, and this is Soul Work. And we have officially opened up the phone lines. And my guest tonight is Roger from One World Drum. So by all means, give us a call, 403-539-6710. And we already have a couple of people on hold already. And our first caller is Janice. Janice, you have a question for us? Hello? Janice? Janice is on the phone. Maybe not. Maybe not. So we're going to take our second call, which is Joyce. Janice might be back. Maybe she went to get a drum.
Hey, it happens. Got called away.
We got drummed out, as I call it. I say beamed out. My friend Em and I go, we got beamed out, but now we got drummed out. Drummed out. So Joyce is on the phone. Joyce, you have we got Janice back on the phone now. Alrighty then. Janice, you have a question for us.
I'm just wondering, in what different ways can you enhance your intuition?
There's a lot of different ways you can enhance the intuition. The number one thing I tell everybody, regardless of what, is in order to enhance your intuition, you've got to have that quiet alone time to hear your soul speak. It's like a meditation. The more time alone that you have, the more messages you're going to come in, and the more your intuition is going to kick in. That's about the number one thing I would suggest to everybody. And it's all about whenever we get that funny feeling, you know, it's like, you know what, I want to go to Edmonton tomorrow or whatever it is, but something's telling you not to go. You got to pay attention to that. And also if we're really emotional, let's say, for instance, if we're really, really emotional or we're really upset or we're mad about something, our intuition might be off because then your emotion is taking over from it. That's why whenever you're calm, you're going to hear that little voice speak, even drumming. You're going to hear because your mind has to be, concentrated your mind and your heart has to be balanced. Once that's connected, you're going to start to hear messages. I bet you hear messages coming in or get more clarity.
Wow, listening is
I actually had some messages come through today right after I did meditation.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, and that. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say this has all just happened in the last 6 months that everything is kind of starting to ramp up. The more quiet time I have, the more courses I take to do with intuition. I did a crystals course. I did a level 1 Reiki, and I just finished my advanced tarot cards. And I find that now if somebody books an appointment, as soon as I get their name, I start getting messages for them. And it's not really so much speaking. I'll see words, and then I just piece it all together.
Yeah, everybody has their own gifts. Yeah. You know, all of us have that intuition. It's whether or not we pay attention to it or not. So, we get it. For me, I read the voice. The voice is the soul that speaks, and I'll read your soul and your energy and the vibration. So, and people do it so many different ways, and people say, what's the best way? And I say, you know what works best for you?
Yeah.
Some people find that using cards is the best way for them. Some people find that drumming is the best way for them. Some people find that crystals or anything. So always go by what you're really, really drawn to, and just, surrender and hear spirit speak and hear your soul speak. So keep doing what you're doing.
Do you pick up anything from me, like that somebody has something to tell me?
Well, I really feel that you're going to start getting bombarded with a lot of different messages because you're also a medium. So you're going to start getting even maybe dreams or hear, voices come in. So it depends what you want to see. Like, I used to say, hey, I want to see everything, and be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that. So you can always
I've heard
comment.
that before from friends that are clairvoyant. They're like, be careful what you wish
Oh,
for.
very serious on that one.
Yeah.
So it's like when you start
And
seeing
I'm an
things
empath,
and
so
you
I
get
really pick up
Yeah.
everybody's emotions and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I find even going into some of the malls, I come out, I either have a migraine or I'm just miserable.
Yeah, you got to watch that, because you got to kind of cut the cord and detach from that. There is a process involved with that. It's like, do the clearing, do the cutting. For instance, if I have someone over, like I'm doing a reading on somebody and the situation is, like fearful or negative or something, after they leave, I will clear my place, or, I'll also give them a clearing to help them too. So you got to do that, because you don't want that energy to stick to you. That can happen.
I usually cut the cord and then I'll smudge like my cards, or I'll smudge myself. And
Yeah, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, because I've forgot to smudge before, and
Yeah.
I've had energy stick with me, and then I'm like, what is wrong with me? And my girlfriend's like, have you asked if it's yours? And as soon as I do, I'm like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to where you came from.
Yeah, so you can clear it out. So keep doing what you're doing, Jen. It's because you're a very old soul anyways. Keep doing. You're here for many reasons. Things are going to open up for you. Just be prepared. I can actually see you going into even different houses and doing spirit clearings. So just be open.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, be open. Be open. And thanks for calling.
Awesome.
We've got other people on hold already. And just keep doing what you're doing. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, I like helping people bring out their gifts and such. I love it.
Absolutely, and we all have them.
Yeah, we all have gifts.
Oh,
we all
man.
have certain gifts.
Yeah.
I always say, follow your passion, be who you are, stay true
Be
to
authentic.
who you. Yes, be authentic. Play a drum.
If that's what's moving you, absolutely, hallelujah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now we have Joyce on the phone as well. Joyce, you have a question for Roger or myself? Hello?
Yes.
Joyce, hello, welcome.
Hi.
You have a question.
Yes, my question is, she's a psychic, right? And I've been getting a lot of problems lately with stress and anxiety.
Yeah, there's a lot of different fear in Alberta just because of the economic situation and then Fort McMurray, and because of the worldwide events, without going into detail, you're very sensitive and you can pick up on a lot of different energy. I'm the same way. I can pick up on a lot of different energy. If I wanted to go to a different country, I'll first read into the energy of there and the city or the town I want to go to and see if that's the right place for me. So you can pick up on different type of energies with that and really pay attention. And any type of fear, there's a lot of fear right now with a lot of different issues right now. So it's all about keeping ourselves grounded. The best way we know how to, if it's going for walks, if it's drumming.
If it's drumming, yeah, grounding it's very grounding.
It is actually, and that's one of the reasons I want Roger to come on the show as well, because it is really grounding. So it could be like taking a bubble bath, it could be listening to meditation music, it could be chanting, whatever it is that's going to kind of put you in that calm state. I mean, I always have crystals on. If I don't have crystals on, I'll totally leave my body and I'll be all over the place, because I have to keep myself grounded. So there's different ways that you can do it. And I also feel there's a male around you who passed on quite some time ago. It just kind of feels like he's protecting you. If you light candle, I have candles on every night, regardless of...
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Candles. The male who passed on, I can feel his energy around you, and I just really feel he's protecting you. So candles, for instance, I have candles on every night, have for 20 years, if not even longer than that. And that will bring in spirits. So let's say if you have a candle on and there's no fans going and there's no windows, you're going to find those candles are going to be flicking. That's a sign for energy around you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are gifted. You are gifted, Joyce. But just really watch also, because I just kind of feel that you got some energy stuck on you. So you got to... You do actually, and that's negative energy from people. Yeah. With a lot of fear, you got to kind of, really watch just different people who you're around and such. When you're around people who are very fearful and very negative, you got to kind of take that step back, because it can drag you down. You could be sitting back feeling really, really good, and all of a sudden the phone rings or somebody pops over, and all of a sudden they completely and utterly bring you down. Your energy just depletes itself. You got to really pay attention to that, because certain people we just got to kind of distance ourselves from. We're not saying, hey, I'm better than you. Not at all. We're saying, you know what, I've got to keep myself grounded, be around really positive people right now.
And healthy boundaries.
Yes, absolutely healthy boundaries.
Yeah, I just came from a really bad employer, so.
Yeah, and so it's like detoxify yourself from that.
Yes.
Yeah, is what, and drink more water. Drink a lot more water, by the way.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like you do need a clearing, like water. It helps detoxify and releases toxins as well from the body. It really does.
And that you were mentioning about the person that's around me.
Yeah, I felt a male as soon as you start talking, because I read the voice. As soon as somebody starts talking, I get information. So I really feel that there is a male presence around you. We passed quite some time ago, and I just see this big protection around you, like a really strong protection around you. Darker hair, could have been 5'10", brown eyes. But this was a while back.
Like about 8 years ago?
Yeah, a while back. I don't know what year, but it was quite some time ago. But he's very much around you.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I had 2 passings.
Yes. Yeah, they're with you.
One in January and one 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't the January. It was the one quite some time ago. So I just really feel that protection. So, but thank you for calling in, Joyce. We've got other people on hold already.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Very welcome. And our next caller is Maria. You have a question for Roger or myself? Hello? Maria?
Hello?
Yes, you have a question for us.
Yes. Yes. I'm having trouble with, I go to church a lot, and I'm finding, and I find the people are judging me and not letting me speak my opinion. I find them very closed off, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, because I want very much to learn.
Yeah, what you need to do first is you need to first of all, put your guards down. Don't worry about what anybody else is saying, and speak from your heart. Stand up and just be yourself completely, because if you walk into environment, I can walk into environment and I can feel when people put their guards up and the energy in there, and you got to be yourself. Speak from your heart. So the people who kind of, look at people in a different way, that's just, who they are. That has nothing to do with you. Okay. So, you're very sensitive, and you take things to heart too easy. You really do. Mm. You really do. So you got to kind of let that go. Take a drumming class, seriously.
Well, I was going to ask, how long does it take to learn how to drum?
Well, I would say that if you came and were able to join us at a drum circle, you would be drumming in 5 to 10 minutes.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. It's a very natural thing, We all have these divine, I say our right to drum is divine. Mm-hmm. It's a divine right that we all have. And, people tell us that, we don't have rhythm or we don't have music in us. And it's just not true. It's just a myth that somebody told us. So I'll encourage you and challenge you. Come and just join us. And really, it's wonderful because you have to be present. You have to be true to yourself when you're drumming. You can't be thinking about things. And I always say, as in drumming, so in life.
Yes.
Yes. And it's very much just like Jen just said with hold your own. Mm-hmm. Make your beat your own, follow your own sense of what's right. And it's the same. If we're drumming together, you have to find your place and not be worried about what the other drums are doing. And it's amazing. Yeah. We will find synchronicity,
Yes. Yeah, it's a good place to connect with people, because mm-hmm. everybody's just doing their own thing. And it would be a good way to release stress. It would be a good way to come in and say, hey, I'm Maria. Hey, Maria, how are you?
Yeah.
You know, and when you're playing drum, you can release stress.
Absolutely.
You know,
there's medical evidence. All your cortisols will go down. Your heart rate drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's good medicine.
Yeah, I would go. You know, check out the website. You know, One World Drum Co. And definitely check it out. And even if you don't have a vehicle, seriously, you can take the train to Chinook Station.
That's what
Absolutely.
that was my next thing, is because I don't have a car, but I do take the trains, and I know where Chinook is, and that.
We're just 2 blocks away from the LRT station.
You're 2 blocks east.
Yeah, east. Yeah,
east.
So we're very close, and if you know nothing about drumming, even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Because then you're in that new mind. So don't talk yourself out of it by saying, "Well, I don't know anything," because most of the people there will be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have a computer. How do I?
What's the phone number, Roger?
Yeah, you ready for this?
Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen?
I have a pencil.
Okay.
Yep.
That'll do. 403.
Yes.
217.
217?
Yes, that's correct. 6790.
What was that?
217 6790.
6790.
Yeah.
Okay.
And come and join us and access some of that healing medicine.
Yes, because there's all ages there, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. From 65, 70 years old, and there's little kids that are running around.
So
yes.
That's good.
Yeah. No.
Yes. I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend anybody to go check it out. I really liked the energy of your store. I really did. It's really nice.
Lots of wonderful people have contributed to making that energy, you know?
It's really nice.
Well, I had seen it. I had gone down to the Southeast Campus Hospital, and I was looking for different things, and it showed some drumming down there and that. And so I've been kind of interested since I saw that. And but yeah, I shall give you a phone call then.
Wonderful.
Yes, definitely. And thank you for calling in, Maria. I'm actually getting the wrap-up sign already.
Holy jumping.
Okay.
Yes, we're at the end of the show, but go down there, Maria, and I want to hear about it. And I want to thank Roger for coming on the show.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun.
Thank you.
You know, you got to come back on again. Do some real drumming
I'm not
this
scared.
time.
We'll drum together.
Yes, we'll drum
Next
together.
time we'll drum together.
Absolutely. And this is Soul Work. I'm your